Shot a little boy. He walks free, making bond on Tuesday. It has this family angry and confused.
And I'm trying to figure out how he got a bond that was so low for trying to kill my kid.
Arnold Daniel trying to figure out why Ryan Lee Wen is out of jail after allegedly shooting his son Kobe.
He tried to hit me with a sledgehammer, but that's not going to work because I'm too fast.
So then what did he do?
Got a gun. Boom. Shot me right here.
It's all on video Saturday afternoon on Candlewood Lane. You'll see kids playing, hear a gunshot, then Kobe realizes he's hit. Lee Wen allegedly fired through his front window. The bullet went in Kobe's arm and out the other side.
He's bleeding. He got shot. He got shot.
What's going on, everybody? Mansa Musa here. Oh, what was that I was watching? Oh yeah, I was just watching this incident about an Asian man shooting a 6-year-old black kid. Yeah. And oh, and did you see this on CNN? Did you see this on MSNBC? Did you see this on Fox News? No? You know what? Let's just check just to be sure. Let's check just to be sure. Okay. Ryan Nugent, I think was his name. Nugent? Yeah. Okay, so, Ryan Nugent, CNN. Nope, nothing. Okay, Ryan Nugent, MSNBC. No. Wait. Nope. Y'all see anything? Nope. Okay. Ryan Nugent, Fox. No, not Ryan Lee Nugent. Wait, is that him? I forgot. Maybe that's his middle name. But yeah, let's look for this on Fox. Nugent. Says casualty. Comedian says comedy is a casualty of the woke culture war. Yeah, you guys are still fighting that, because you don't actually have any good policies. Future video coming up. But yes, so did you hear about that incident from CNN, MSNBC, and Fox News? No, you did not. And this actually proves a point that I earlier made. So this was actually one of the videos I did. Remember when Gothix was saying that anti-Asian hate was, BS and the media is trying to manipulate you? So in that video, I made the point that murders of one person is a race that is different from their victim. Not all of them get covered by mainstream media. Okay? That's another thing that should be heavily mentioned. But no, they don't want to think about that. They just want to think, oh, they're covering it up because they're trying to portray a narrative. Which, I mean, yeah, I wish they would talk about, fucking Canon Henan and Victoria Grace and Duncan Lemp, Tony Tempa. Yes, in fact, because they don't talk about the white ones, that's why we still have this issue of police brutality. And you know what, just look at my video on that. But that is the point. Okay? Not all mainstream media will cover every single goddamn murder. This included. Okay? And this is absolutely sick. Let me tell you something. When I saw that video and I heard his little whimpers and cries after he got shot, that made me uncomfortable. Like, I genuinely had a physical reaction to that. I mean, He's a Chad, though. That little boy is a Chad. Okay? He said he didn't catch me because I'm too fast. Yes. So, and I'm not calling him no little bitch. He's not a little bitch, okay? You know what? You try getting shot. You're gonna whimper a little bit, but he survived, okay? Him getting shot and him whimpering like that, like, that's nothing, okay? That's like, fucking Jason Bourne getting shot in a movie. Like, like he's hit, but he's trying to figure out a solution. That is the same thing with that boy. He was trying, he was hit like, you shot me, and then he ran away, and then he got away from the shooter like the G that he is, like the Chad that he is. Okay? A brave, brave warrior. Like, and the fact that this hasn't gotten any sort of attention, you know what? Like, but anyway, so yeah, the mainstream media did not cover that little boy getting shot. Thank God he's all right. Really. But, I mean, what I came here to talk to you guys about today is Asian hate. So, in my last video, not my last video, that video I made with Gothics, the meaty, I think it was called The Critique of Gothics. Yeah. So, in that video, I made the point that, okay, you know what, I'm not sure I made this point, but just look at my own video. So the point I'm trying to make is that black people, I really haven't seen them be racist towards anybody. Is that to say that black people can't be racist? No, black people can definitely be racist. Like, you've seen that cut video, you've seen that bitch nigga Tariq Nasheed, and Kanisha Tonchu. So yes, black people can indeed be racist, but I'm telling you, the vast majority of us are not racist because, and I shouldn't say us because I'm referring to the black community, which I am not a part of. But the vast majority of them are not racist because they have experienced racism in this country and they know what it's like. And frankly, I would think that they think that, and know that being racist isn't going to end the racism that they face today. And that's the truth. And some of us leftists know this too. That being racist to white people is not going to end racism. They know this. We know this. I know it seems like we don't, and there are those cringy, like, CRT people, but, so-called CRT people. But yes, I think we all know that you can't be racist to white people in order to end racism. So, yes, the black people know this. They have experienced this generational trauma, but yet they know to turn the cheek. Okay? Like, I would hope that, no, not even I would hope. They have forgiven white people, the white people that oppressed them in the past. But they did not forget, okay? Because you can forgive, but you cannot forget. And in fact, forgetting will actually bring more resentment and will actually bring more hate. Because if you forget, then you basically forget the whole situation and you misconstrue some things, like you basically misremember things, which will cause more anger and resentment. So, yeah, that's why forgetting can actually cause, remorse. I mean, not remorse. What's the word? Resentment. Yeah. It will cause resentment and it will cause no forgiveness to be ushered. So, not forgetting, remembering is actually the key to forgiveness. Because if you remember, you can look at the whole situation objectively, rationally, and logically and say so and so. And then you can look at it from a pathological perspective and then decide to forgive. To say it's in the past, things are better now. And things are better now, but like, we can still erase the little traumas that are still there. Like, I definitely do believe systemic racism is an issue, but I don't believe, like, the problem is that BLM and the fam, they make it seem like it's a way big, serious issue. Like, a moral panic, if you will, like you see with this anti-CRT crusade. Now, it's basically a moral panic. But the truth is, black people, they're not getting killed in the streets. They're not getting oppressed. Like, they're not enslaved. I mean, yeah, they're not enslaved. So it's not like Nazi Germany. But there is some systemic racism and systemic bias. And that is definitely one of the contributing factors to the decline of the black community. One of them. Okay? And that is the truth. So, the thing, you know what? This is why I have to edit these videos because, like, can you please just give me a sec so I can get my train of thought? You know that Okay, so black people, they know that it's not an issue of race, but it's more of an issue of class. Okay, black people know this. So this narrative perpetuated by people who say black people, they have a victimhood mentality, like they're just drowning in victimhood. It's bullshit, okay? And I always say this, most black people work, most black people pay taxes, most black people try to get an education and do better in life, okay? And most black people take responsibility. It's the truth. So that doesn't sound like victimhood to me. Most black people are not they're not wallowing in a corner and deciding to curl up in a ball and die because, oh, the system's against me, so I might as well not even try. Guess what? I'm going to try because the system is against me. That will make me try even harder. And that's the truth. It fuels them even more just to defy the odds. So the reason I wanted to say that is because today we're going to be talking about an Asian woman who has done this racist rant. Okay? And it's funny because so many of the people who are anti-Stop Asian Hate, like Gothics, they're going to say, oh, but black people, they commit hate crimes towards Asians at a much higher rate. And yes, it's true. I even agreed with this in my last video. And to those of you that say black people can't be racist, shut your stupid ass up because they can. Okay? Black people can be racist, like I just said. They can. But I'm telling you, the vast majority are not. But, yeah. But my thing is, and I'm not sure if I made this point in the Gothics video, why can't we look into those situations? Like, why can't, because I'm pretty sure in most of those situations, the Asians, one way or another, provoke them. Okay? Like, you guys remember, have you guys ever seen Don't Be a Menace to Society? Oh my gosh. If you haven't, then you're probably from Gen Z or something. Or you've been living under a rock. So you remember that scene. You know what? I'm just going to show it. Don't be a menace to society. Don't be a menace to society, Asian. That's the one with the Wayne Bros. What the fuck? Hold on. Oh, yeah, I think it's this one. The hell?
Come by.
Hey. You dropped something.
Wait, I didn't see this one. Oh no, this is the Wayne Bros one. My God. Are you fucking kidding me? Where's the one? Okay, no, it's this one.
Hell no, man. Keisha, she gonna be at the motherfucking party, niggas. I'm on my faded. You don't hear me though. Hey, that bitch got body. Yeah, she got body, man. Shit, boy, I'm about to get with her though.
Got to get with her though.
You ain't gotta be creeping. I don't know why you trying to act like you cleaning up.
She's about to start clutching her pearls.
Steal something. I know what you want, dog. Go ahead and give me that 08. Yeah, I'm gonna fuck with some of this odds. Oh, no, boy. Oh, man, I'm from the old school, brother. Gee.
You not to drink beer in store.
Hey, man, I'm gonna pay you. Hey, look, bitch, stop following me around this motherfucker. You getting on my nerves.
You hurry up and buy.
My goodness, hold on. I just love when she says, hurry up and buy. Hurry up and buy. Hurry up and buy.
Hey, look, bitch, stop following me around this motherfucker. You getting on my nerves.
You hurry up and buy.
God.
You just pay and leave.
Hey, man, I said I'm gonna pay you. Won't you calm your motherfucking nerves?
Damn, hurry up and go.
Why don't you go ahead and give it? I got your back.
Okay, so all those people that say all Asians look the same, you know what, this is a random thought, but all those people that say all Asians look the same, shut up. I can definitely tell the difference between them. Like, that's not true, that they all look the same.
Get my change. Hey, won't you give my homeboy his change?
I don't want any trouble. Just get out.
Can't stand y'all.
Okay, so listen, I know the point I'm trying to make is that they provoke these black people, you know, by generalizing them that, oh, they're all criminals, they're all thugs. But you see that right there, I can't stand y'all people. That is not okay, okay? That is not okay. Even if they do experience racism from these people, which they do.
For your mother.
What you say about my mama? Sorry for who?
I don't want any trouble.
You never ever insult a black man, a black person's mother. Never. You never insult anybody's mother, period. But it is especially tough in the black community.
But just get out.
What the fuck you say about my mama?
I don't want any trouble. Just get out.
You talking
You
shit.
don't
How many times I
I
told
don't
you this
want
motherfucker? You got something to say.
I don't want any trouble.
Hey, what the motherfucking video say?
My God.
Motherfucking bitch.
You know, I kind of feel, I feel bad now because I made fun of her earlier when she was like, hurry up and buy. And I said she was pearl clutching, and now she's clutching her pearls. But I feel bad now because, listen, if you have seen this movie, you know what the fuck is about to happen.
Bring the motherfucking videotape right now. Hey, nigga, hey, clean the cash register. Come on. Shut up. Hey, shut the fuck up with that noise.
Yep. He is not alive, so don't even be trying looking at and saying he's alive. So, I say it so a lot.
What the fuck did you do, man? I said eject. Bitch, if you don't eject, I'ma smoke your pumpkin. Hey, bitch, do it right now. Bitch, I promise you stupid ass. Shut the fuck up. Nigga, hurry up. Damn. Come on, man, let's race up, man. Damn. I can't believe it. Nigga, I thought I told you to open the damn register. Damn, nigga, open this shit. What the? That's $6 motherfucking dollars, nigga.
What a prick.
In this motherfucker somewhere. This don't even make no damn sense, man. Let's just get change. That damn rate killer. I want you to keep your shit too. Jackpot. Kill me. Gave me this motherfucker. Shit. See, you ain't gonna talk shit now, are you? Where the other money at, man? Fuck that. Fuck that. Go.
Went to the store just to get a beer. Came out an accessory to murder and armed robbery.
Yep. Now, I don't know if they got arrested after that, but maybe they did if he's saying accessory to armed robbery, or he's just describing it, or whatever. But so yeah, I'm sure if you look at most of these instances, the Asians are definitely provoking the black people. Like, you're a criminal. I think you're gonna steal. Just a bunch of this shit. But yeah. So the second point I'm about to make is that even if they do provoke you, attacking them is not the way to go. So you see, he shot and killed the restaurant owner. That's a big no-no. Definitely not okay. And then I presume he shot the lady. Nah, he definitely shot the lady too. Not okay. So the problem is that black people, and I know I said that we turn the other cheek, we forgive, we forget, but that's something we need to return to, turning the other cheek. So even when they generalize, we must turn the other cheek. Okay? And I'm about to display that now. So let's get to what we're actually going to watch today. And Tequila, racist rant, says all black women are bald. Okay, obviously, well, that's one of the many weird racist things she said in this, but it's not the only racist thing she says in this. Now, I've only seen a little bit of it. I didn't see the finale, the end. But yeah, we will. So, Tequila, she's one of those people whose name I probably heard thrown around there. I've probably seen her a few times, but like, I don't know what she does. Like, but my friend just showed me this, and I'm just like, yo, this bitch has issues. She's deranged. She generally looks crazy. And apparently she's really into religion and Christianity and shit like that. Like, you know what, let's take a look at her profile. Not profile, channel, yeah. So weird. Black candles dedicated to the black community. Oh my. That fire is for the black people whose crosses she's gonna burn on their lawns. And she's a Christian too. Are you a lukewarm Christian? God has already rejected you. God does not favor black women. What? Another one? Yo, if this video is not so long, we're gonna react to this one. Wait, what? America's prosperity went in decline ever since they removed segregation laws. More punishment for black women. Proof that black people are not so-called Hebrew Israelites. Fuck you. Yes, some of them are. Because my dad, he was telling me about some people in, I think this was somewhere in Ethiopia. They found them worshiping the faith of Hebrew, but they had never, ever come into contact with Hebrewism ever. But, I don't know. Is that Hebrewism? Let's see. Official judgment to black nations from the Lord God Almighty. This is your reward. Haters are going to call you a Moabite. What the fuck is a Moabite? The reason why there's so much black on black crime more than any other race. First of all, no, okay? I don't believe that. Like, yes, we should end black on... You know what? No, I do. Yes, we do commit more crime against each other more than other race. But the thing people always neglect about black on black crime is that races kill each other. Like, no matter what race. Whites kill whites, Asians kill Asians, Latinos kill Latinos, or Latinx. Just kidding. They don't use that. They hate it. Like I said, Latinos are conservative. Very conservative. Well, pretty hardcore conservative. Pretty hardcore conservative. Look, I'm more incoherent than ever. But, Arabs kill Arabs. Yes, races kill races. They do. Like, that's never going to end. So, like, but the problem is, black people, like, we're killing each other at an excessive rate. Like, so that is definitely one of the problems that we can fix. Like, we can talk about police brutality, systemic racism, but can we also talk about black on black crime? Like, we can talk about them both. Like, they're both problems. Deal with every problem. Like, come on now. But yeah, races kill each other, but black people kill each other way more, like, than any other race. And we really do have to deal with that. But the problem with that is, like, are people like her who say black people, like, black on black crime is a problem, like, when it eventually is lowered and we deal with it, and black people killing each other is lowered, and I said lowered, that doesn't mean it's not gone completely. Like, she's the type of person, the people who use this argument against Black Lives Matter, that blacks commit black on black crime more than any other race, I feel like even when it's at a lower rate than ever before, if there's even one incident of a black person killing another black person, they're going to use that as an excuse. Like, they're going to move the goalpost again. And then they're going to use that as an excuse to say, see, black people, they're still killing each other. Like, y'all don't deserve help. Like, see, you're still killing each other. Like, they just moved the goalpost. But, without further ado, let's respond to this crazy bitch's video. Black Jesus, Bride of Christ, has lice. What is up with her and black hair? And we are going to pause the video to have a conversation about black hair.
Hey guys, I'm back. So, the Lord put this other thing in my heart. You know, a lot of things I say obviously is very politically incorrect, but it does not.
First of all, if the Lord put anything in your heart, I hope that it's no. What do we say about turning the other cheek? No. We're gonna definitely bitch her. Like, we're gonna insult her many times in this video, but ultimately I wish no malice on her. In fact, you know what? I'm gonna say what AOC said about Marjorie Taylor Greene after she harassed her. I think she's very unwell. Like, I've dealt with unwell people before, and I have dealt with unwell people, like people who ain't right in the head before. And she's not right in the head, so I wish her well. And I ultimately wish her no harm after this. Don't get me wrong, I'm gonna insult her, not racistly, not racist insults, because I'm not gonna stoop to her level. But yeah. So the Lord looked at her heart, and he looked at her heart. It's so twisted, vile, dark, and evil that he lost his faith in humanity when he looked at this bitch's heart. Okay? And first of all, you heard what she just said.
So, the Lord put this other thing in my heart. You know, a lot of things I say obviously is very politically incorrect, but
I notice whenever people say, or some racist or deranged shit like that, they always say, okay, this may not be politically correct. Like, and I guess the same trend is with her.
it does not matter because it comes straight from God's throne, from the courts of heaven, from God's
yes, God hates black women.
very own words in his book, you know, to cast out all these lies and people who exalt.
Fun fact about the Bible justified slavery. Yeah. The original text of the Bible justified slavery.
Themselves against the word of God. So there's this topic that nobody really likes to talk about, but it's very well known. You know, the fact that most black women are bald, and they don't.
Oh my God! The fact that most black women are bald. This one Asian rapper, he called out the anti-black racism in the Asian community. But, yeah, but at the same time, there are those real incidents where they're unprovoked, okay? And to those, they're even, like I said, yeah, they're racist. And none of these incidents are okay. Even if they do provoke you, I'm not going to tolerate that behavior of attacking somebody just because they said something you don't like. Like, come on now. But calls out. Shit, hold on. Ooh, my bad. And you know another thing. So, if you know what I noticed. So, and I stole this from somebody. I did, but so whenever you say Black Lives Matter, somebody has to co-opt that and say, no, all lives matter. What are you, a black racist? You don't think all lives matter? But whenever we say stop Asian hate, I haven't been seeing anybody say stop all hate. It's almost like black people are singled out, like to fit a particular view, like they're singled out. Like, I don't know, maybe some racism? Oh, and yes, thank God I found it. Ben Baller calls out Stop Asian Hate hypocrisy. Been treating blacks bad. And you know what? If there's time, we're going to take a look out of this so we can take the taste out of this deranged bitch's mouth, voice out of your mouth. So we can, like, just wash that taste out of your mouth. It's like a palate cleanser.
Already?
What the fuck? Is that Young Thug? I totally listen to Young Thug.
I'm
not ashamed.
Why they blame it on like, oh.
They blame it. Okay, so this is going to be hilarious. I'm going to try to stop interrupting as much.
To talk about, but it's very well known. You know, the fact that most black women are bald. And I don't understand why. They blame it on like, oh, we use too much chemicals for our hair. It's the glue and too much braiding. But that's not it, because, you know, when I was in Hollywood, I did all kinds of stuff to my hair all the time. I bleached.
Something tells me she did all kinds of stuff, period. Because you know how those people rock. You know, no, not those people. Listen, we're not going to ad hom her racially. But what I will say is that Asians, and this is in Asia right now, they have a cultural attitude to be incredibly light-skinned, like white skin almost. So yes, there is colorism in the Asian community, and that bitch Lauren Chen talks about this, and she totally got owned in the comment sections. Chrissy went after Lauren Chen too. She did, and Chrissy was actually the one who actually gave me some more background information about Mrs. Lauren Chen. But there may be some videos about Lauren Chen coming up, like debunking videos, because I mean, yeah. But yes, there is colorism in Asia. Asians, they have a cultural attitude to maintain light skin, and they even use chemicals and like skin dyes. Not skin dyes, is it? What was it? It was this. Like, they just use all these sorts of creams and chemicals, potions, not actual potions, but to make their skin white. And I just want to point that out.
You know, and it's just not like that. It's only black women who go bald. Let me tell you why, because let me tell you this verse here. But if a woman has long hair, it is a glory to her, for her hair is given to her as a covering. 1 Corinthians 11:15. So, you know, I have such long hair, and it grows so fast all the time that I'm constantly having to cut it. As y'all see, it's constantly growing. And it says it is a glory to her.
Hope it falls out,
shame.
bitch.
You know, and let me read this to y'all, this little article I found. It says, a study 3 years ago of almost 6,000 women of African descent by Boston University Stone Etymology Center found that almost 48% of respondents had suffered hair loss on the crown or on the top of the head, mostly caused by traction alopecia. That's not alopecia. Let me keep going. Given the topic tends to be shrouded in silence, the true figure may be higher. All of them. It says, if we all had to take off our wigs at work, 8 out of 10 women would have hair issues. It's just something we don't and won't talk about. We are very ashamed of it, says Vandal, this black woman. So she says,
I'm sorry, I can't take this bitch seriously. I really can't. As soon as she started pulling out the Corinthians, like, I just lost so many fucking brain cells. But, so the fact that she's talking about black women and alopecia, It reminds me of this. So you guys probably know what lotus feet are. So lotus feet are a cultural attitude in Asia. They bind the feet of women, and this has led to many women who unfortunately endured this terrible treatment to have really fucked up feet. Like, there are many documentaries on is that a real one? That one can't be real. Come on, let's take a look at that. But yes.
91-year-old Isha wanted to show us the process which has left her with no feeling in her feet. From the age of 7, she would have to do this every day or face a beating from her parents.
My God.
痛。
It was very sore.
痛都不能说痛嘞，下大锁都指我都疼嘞。
The tendon in the arch of her foot and the bones in her toes are broken. Like all girls at that time, she was told she'd never marry if she didn't have small feet.
First of all, you see how perverted these people, like, wow, this is the perfect image to rant over this. You see how perverted this is? The fact that they're literally, like, these men have a foot fetish. Those Asian men have a foot fetish. And it's really funny because Lauren Chen, I think it was a few days ago, she was calling out that spa worker that was talking about I think there was some trans person intervening in the bathroom, and the spa worker just went into this rant or whatever. And it's funny that she won't call out all of the perverted, like, degenerate things that happen in Asia, in Hong Kong, where she's from, because she was born in Hong Kong. I'm talking about Lauren Chen. And frankly, her too, whatever her name is, Tila Tequila. I'll figure out some funny nickname for her that fits her racist attitude. But yeah, like, they literally put these women through terrible torture for the sake. Hold on, are we gonna see some feet? Are we gonna see some feet? Now I sound like those creeps. That rhymes. But yeah, are we gonna see some of the feet of these people who endure this?
In China, when tiny feet were deemed a sign of refinement and beauty. The shape of a bound foot was said to resemble a lotus flower, and the most desirable of brides would possess a 3-inch foot known as a golden lotus. Liu Su says she cried all day when she got it done, and the memory is still upsetting. She has kept 2 pairs of shoes. These were actually too big for her.
That's not funny. Oh, that poor little old lady.
The 94-year-old's feet are badly deformed. Her daughter talked us through the binding process.
So you see, So you see how fucked up these feet are. So they put them through all of this torture for the sake of beauty. But that bitch, Tila, wants to talk about black women's baldness problem, which I have to do some research on it. But I don't know. Maybe there's some truth. Maybe there's not. If there is, I will definitely put it in the description below whether she's full of shit. Okay? Because I'm not educated on this subject. But, yes, Asian women, they had their feet bound. Now, first of all, which part of Asia is she from? She's from. Maybe she'll say where she's from in the video. But, yes, feet binding caused this sort of torture. So, if black women have problems with their hair, like, I promise you, it's not their fault. Okay? She's probably going to say, like, it's our fault for this, but it's not, okay? Like, black people are from Africa. Everyone's from Africa, but that's mostly where black people are from. And Africa is incredibly hot, okay? So, basically, what's the word? Naturally, you would think that a lot of hair would not do well in a hot environment. A body with a lot of hair would not do well in an environment that is incredibly hot. That's not to say we don't have hair, okay? But yeah, so if they do have balding hair, don't you think it may have something to do with the fact that cellularly, generationally, generationally, like it's in their DNA that their lineage hails from people where it was hot all the time. So evolutionally, they couldn't grow that much hair. And maybe their hair would fall out at times to cope with the heat. And this is what people like this don't understand. That they don't understand this. Like, it's even with the Europeans that first came to Africa. Like, they saw that the woman, like, they basically had little to no clothing. And then, yes, that's actually the origin of the term Jezebel. Basically, it was those black women, and that actually is what causes led to the sexualization of black women and adultification, which is an actual real problem. Who knows? Maybe future video coming up. But yeah. But they neglected the fact that Africa was incredibly hot. You know, like, you see, white Europeans, listen, white people, I love you. You did find Western civilization, and I'm proud of you, but you made a lot of mistakes along the way. Like, including this. Like, you just weren't bright in the head. You weren't bright. Like, the fact that you didn't take into account that maybe they're not wearing as much clothing because it's fucking hot here, and it's not because they want to be sluts or whatever. Or they're not because they're trying to tempt you. Because in Europe, it's much colder. Like, maybe the fact that you're wearing, like, about a gazillion layers of dresses. Maybe your females wear millions of layers of cloth, linens, and dresses. You know, those pretty gowns. Maybe that suits well in a colder environment. But maybe not in Africa. Like, you would think that they would know that. But, and another mistake they made. So, I was not recently, but, I may have mentioned this in a video, but in a previous video, but I'm gonna mention this event again. So some Native Americans, they actually like being called Indians. Do you know why? Because it reminds them how stupid the white Europeans were because they thought they were in India when it was actually America. Christopher Columbus. I know I didn't correctly. But Christopher Columbus was definitely, he thought he made it to Asia. Wrong. And guess what? Christopher Columbus, he didn't even make it to America. He made it to the Caribbean, the island of Hispaniola to be specific. And you know what? Listen, we know the truth about Christopher Columbus. And conservatives, they don't like to accept that truth, but it is the truth, okay?
She says, we are very ashamed of it. So see, God's people don't walk around feeling shameful. God's people are walking around filled with glory and long hair. See? Okay,
so I actually agree with the first part. God's people aren't going around there walking with shame. They're walking around with glory. And guess what? Black people, they walk around with pride and glory all the fucking time because they are black and they are proud. Okay? Like, it's true. It's okay to be white. Nothing wrong with saying it's okay to be white. But guess what? Black and proud. And that's the truth. They don't care. And the thing is, she's bringing up all this stuff about alopecia and their baldness. But guess what? Even if they are bald, they do not give a fuck. Because they are proud of who they are as a person. Which is why it fucking blows me when I hear that there's this victimhood narrative that black people are victims perpetuated by people like another Coleman dude, a certain Coleman dude, you know, from black victim to black victor. Well, whatever. And you know who, but I don't like to talk about her that much because let's stay on topic. But, yes. So, you see, to me, the left, they like to say, to me, and this is the more crazy Twitter lefties, they like to victimize black people. Like, say they can't do this, say they can't get a voter ID. And the truth is, that's just performative activism, which is a problem. Like, they think they're doing good, but they're really just doing harm. And on the right, you have them saying that black people, they're stuck in this victimhood mentality. And, and to be fair, many on the right, they say, oh, see, there are millionaire, billionaire black people. Black people can do this. And they can, that's true. But they like to neglect the struggles that still face black people today. Again, not all. Some of them are well aware of this, like Kim Klacik. But yeah, they like to say, like, blacks are on the Democratic plantation, pull yourself by the bootstraps. And they do play their own form of identity politics, but a certain someone, I'm not going to say her name, because is okay with that, because it gets, like, they're apparently black people, they're stuck in this victimhood mentality, which they are not. They're proud of who they are, they work hard, they try to work out to get out of the situation that they are. And nobody, like, talks about that. Like, just look at this Sha'Carri Richardson. Sha'Carri Richardson, she worked hard to be the fastest runner ever. Okay? Nah, she's not the fastest runner ever. She's the I think she's the fastest in her record. But yeah, she worked hard for her achievements as a young black woman. And she is definitely a shining example for what young black women should be. Okay? But she smoked weed. Oh my God. It's like that episode in SpongeBob when Squidward became a giant and the kid sneezed. And Squidward didn't say bless you. The whole mob, they were like, he didn't say bless you. Get him. It's the same thing. Like, oh, she smoked a little weed. Get her. And you know what? I'm not even going to play the whole race card that they did it because she was black. But the point that I'm trying to make is that they would not cut Sha'Carri Richardson some slack. Like, and everybody keeps making this point. The point that weed slows, like, weed, it fucks with your lungs. So weed would actually make you slower. But guess what? Sha'Carri is still fast while smoking weed because that's how good she is. And that's how hard she worked for her achievements. So we have an actual black woman that worked hard for her achievements, but she's banned from the Olympics for smoking a mostly legal drug. So the point I'm trying to make is that on the right, they don't cut black people slack. Like all these anti-CRT folks who frankly, I don't have anything against them because most of them, they're victims of hysteria, okay? They're victims of a Red Scare. And I just don't, there are other bigger problems than CRT in the world or anti-CRTers that I just can't deal with them. Like, I'll do my best to speak out against them, not even speak out against them, to inform them about CRT, but they won't fucking listen. They just won't fucking listen. So, yeah, a CRTist would cut Sha'Carri some slack. A person who, I don't know, maybe learned some critical race theory would say, oh, you smoke weed? Oh, no big deal. You see, you've worked so hard that I think we can give you a slap on the wrist. So that's the thing to me. Like, the black people that work really hard, who work twice as hard just to get half as far, we should cut those black people some slack if they make mistakes. Like, can we not? And not even just black people, people in general. Most people are working hard. So can we please give them the benefit of the doubt and cut them some slack? Crazy bitches like her cannot do this. And they just want to talk about alopecia. But black people, that's the thing. They're not drowning in victimhood like Coleman will say, or God, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to say her name. That's who I wasn't talking about. Gothics will say. She'll say black people are stuck as victims. But most black people I know, they are proud of who they are no matter what. Okay? And a problem is that they want to beg acceptance from white people. Okay? Like, we can't do that. We can't do that. It's true we need representation, but at the same time, we cannot beg white people for acceptance. And that's something I will not tolerate. Like, and you know what, I'm going to sound like one of those, like, cringy Afro radicals, But we are king. We come from kings and queens in Africa. We do. It's true. Just look at me. I'm Mansa fucking Musa, king of the Mali Empire, who was a socialist. Yep, he handed out so much gold that he caused an inflation. Yeah. Mansa Musa was a socialist. But, yes, black people are proud of who they are. And you know what's funny? So let's say that mumbo jumbo in the Bible is true about, let's have her repeat it.
So see, God's people don't walk around feeling shameful. God's people are walking around filled with glory and long hair.
Glory and long hair. Okay, so let's take a look. She said, and you know what? That's not to say black people can't say stupid shit, because they can. Like, you probably hear about the black woman, they're saying that fat phobia is racism, or when black people complain about IKEA serving fried chicken. Like, they can make dumb comments like that, which can be perceived as victimhood. But here's the thing, they're still not in the end. They still, all those people that probably made those comments, who probably agreed or liked those comments, guess what? They probably work. They probably, they got an education. They are working. They are paying taxes like most people. And they take accountability for their actions. Like, if they did something or something happens because of them, they know this, and they will not pretend like it's somebody else. That sounds like somebody who's full of glory to me.
See? But if a woman has long hair, it's a glory to her. But yet this black woman says, all the black women feel, shameful because they're bald. And I, as a woman, can understand.
Okay, so you just admitted that they're shameful because they're bald. So obviously those women that are bald are going to be shameful because they don't have their natural flowing black long hair. Like, this is ridiculous. Why am I even having this conversation with this bitch?
And because that's part of your beauty. It's part of, just natural women, having long hair. It's feminine. But without hair, you're just bald, nappy-headed, crusty head, walking around with your shame. Your shame will follow you everywhere you go, no matter how much money you try to buy.
Okay, so what you just said about your shame following me, that reminds me of bonnets. So bonnets. God, they used to wear them all the time. Shit, how do you spell it? Oh, wait, yeah. Fuck, I speak French. How the fuck do I know not how to spell bonnets? Okay, so Kevin Samuels, of course, fucking Kevin Samuels. What's wrong with wearing my damn bonnet? Okay, what's this? Monique, what you say about bonnets in public, my very unpopular opinion? Listen, I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Wear your bonnet. A black male bonnet monkey disguised as solidarity. Ugh, my goodness. Okay, stop mocking them for wearing bonnets. I know how wearing bonnets in public could be perceived as being ratchet. But we honestly do need to normalize bonnet wearing. And I think somebody said this. Normalizing bonnet wearing. Bonnet. Bonnet. Look at all. But seriously, black women, you guys do need to normal. Like, no, not black women. Society just needs to normalize public bonnet wearing. Okay. Like, gosh, why do we have all these unrealistic expectations of everything? Like, this is ridiculous. But yeah. So I'm actually glad this bitch said all this racist shit, because this is a lot of stuff I want to talk about. But I guess this gives me an excuse to not make a long-ass video, because the videos really do take a lot of work to make. Oh, damn. He just slapped the shit out of him. I'm sorry. I'm watching Ginny in Georgia at the same time, which is funny because it actually does deal with a mixed girl. And the Asian boyfriend, the half-Asian boyfriend, he just punched the shit out of the other guy. And I'm glad he did that, because, like, we need to know, society needs to know that us younger men, we're not soy, okay? We're not full of soy. Shh, damn. And you know what? Here's another thing about all of this Asian, like this black on Asian crime. For the ones that you guys, the blacks that do attack Asians because you're racist pieces of shit. This is for you. Well, I'm talking to the Asians who are victims of that. I thought Asians knew karate. Like, weren't you guys supposedly supposed to know karate? And no, I'm not generalizing, but like, can't y'all just beat the shit out of them, those that do attack you back? Like, I thought you guys knew self-defense, but I guess not. See, generalizations aren't true. Asians, they're like, the generalization is that they know karate, and yet they always get mercilessly attacked by blacks. But yeah, so it's the same thing. Obviously, not all black people commit crimes. Like, there are many law-abiding black people who have been victims of police brutality, like Jonathan Price, Casey Goodson, and the most tragic case, Elijah McClain. My God. And the thing about Jonathan, you know what, I should have I wasn't active during that time when that happened. But yeah, Jonathan Price. And to be fair, the police that killed Jonathan Price did get arrested. But, yeah, let's get back to this crazy shit.
You know, to buy wigs. But before I go further, let me read to you this verse that God himself did that to you. God Almighty, my husband, did that to you. Let me read.
Your husband? Is this bitch a nun? That does not look like a nun, because nuns, they marry, like, when they make their vows of chastity, obedience to God. Oh my gosh. You know what I'm looking in Jenny in Georgia? She's beating the shit out of her brother right now. But God, your husband, like, you see, I'm going to take the AOC route and say that, listen, she's just very unwell. I've dealt, and it's true, I've dealt with these types of people before. I've dealt with these people with voices in their head. I've dealt with these people who think they're married to God or think they're Jesus. My goodness.
What the Lord God says, because remember, there's a lot of these, you know, you will know a man by his fruits. There's all these, like, black women claiming to be the bride of Christ, and many church people out there claiming Jesus was black.
Yes, Jesus was black, you stupid cunt. No, not black. Listen, Jesus was, Jesus was not white. That's all you need to know, okay? Like, he was Middle Eastern. Yeah, Middle Eastern looking. So, Jesus was definitely not white. So, to those who say Jesus was black, I say, and those who say, you're stupid, Jesus was white. See, this is just black people being victims again. Like, you're both wrong. So, Jesus was not black, but he sure as hell was not white. Okay? So Jesus was born in Israel. Yes, Israel. That's how they pronounce it. Bethlehem, to be specific. Yeah, you know the whole story. So, yeah, he was born in Israel, and so the Israelites are definitely descendants of the Semitic people. And this is so funny because, like, you'll hear. So remember when that whole Israel and Palestine debacle was happening, and like anti-Semitism. So you know how a lot of leftists will call conservatives that they disagree with racist. It's funny because many, and you know what, I don't know if these are conservatives. Nah, they're definitely conservatives because conservatives, they defend Israel. Um, like they never hold Israel accountable for the sins against Palestinians and the Palestinian Muslims. And bitches like Kanisha Tachi are going to say black people should not care about Palestine because Palestinians are racist. And shut the fuck up, okay? Palestinians are an actual oppressed group of people. They're as oppressed as our ancestors were. So guess what? They stand in solidarity with us. It's the same thing with gays for Palestine. The truth is Palestinians would probably throw them off of a roof if they existed in their country. But guess what? It's called turning the other cheek. Bam! And that's where we get to turning the other cheek. When you turn the other cheek, that's what you do. You do good for somebody that may not do the same for you or may have malice intent. It's called turning the other fucking cheek. And yes, so conservatives who are defending Israel, they called those again, defending Palestine anti-Semitic. My God, and it was so funny because these are the same people that get called racist whenever like they have a difference of opinion, but they did it to us, okay? And the thing is, no, it's not even true. You know damn well leftists don't hate Jewish people. But yes, they called people who are against. And here's the thing: just because you defend Palestine, that doesn't mean you're against Israel. I'm against what Israel is doing, but Israel, no. Like, I definitely believe Israel has the right to exist. Or actually, you know what? Maybe a video for another day. I should have made a video on this, but damn, I lost my train of thought. Israel, Palestine. Look, my point is, they don't hate the Jews, okay? So, why would I even talk about this? Sorry, I was just thinking about, this thing that happened in Israel, where, this Israeli police officer guy, he kicked a Palestinian while he was praying on the street. He kicked him on the street, and that's just really messed up as somebody who was raised under the faith of Islam. And I showed that to my mom, and she clutched her pearls like never before. They son. That's how they exclaim in Ivory Coast, Ivory. But so my point is that they are all descendants of the Semitic people of Mesopotamia, Sumeria. Is that Persia? Persia, and what else was it? Like, the empire of Akkad. Basically, the Semitic people. So, and guess what? Calling Muslims who defend Palestine, calling them anti-Semitic is a logical fallacy because guess what? Muslims are Semitic too, you fucking morons. Yes, Muslims are Semitic. They originate from that area. At least the Arabs are. Like, and Muhammad Hijab, he talks about this. I'll link it, obviously. But, yes. So, my God. You see, I always take things everywhere so far. But the point is, Jesus was not black. Jesus was not white. He was Semitic. And that's the truth. Nobody likes to admit it. So if anybody, and it's funny because most of the countries in the Middle East are Islamic countries. So they would never let this type of shit fly. Like, no, wait, not never let this type of shit slide. So, but yet, like, you know, they believe Jesus was a prophet. Like, we in Islam, we believe Jesus was a prophet, not a god. And I'm not sure what the difference between Christian and Catholic is. I'll learn it someday. But one of you believes that Jesus was God. Jesus is God. You know, the Lord. When, in fact, and it's funny because the people who share his ethnicity and race, they don't even, they don't believe he's a god. So what does that tell you? The fact that they don't believe that he's God, meaning they don't see themselves above other people. Because that's what this is really about. We want to see Jesus as our own race, as black or white, because we want value to be put on our race when nobody should be doing that, okay? Nobody should seek to be above others. And that's not to say Arabs aren't racist either. But yeah, Jesus, that's my view on the whole Jesus thing. But this bitch, she says, and then another hypocrisy, she says, you know, we're going to rewind that up. We're going to rewind that.
Remember, there's a lot of these, you know, you will know a man by his fruits. There's all these like black women claiming to be the bride of Christ, and many church people out there claiming Jesus was black. But to their shame follows them everywhere. You'll know a man by his fruits. Look at Africa, and now all the African women are bald-headed, and this is what God says about that.
Yep, those bald-headed African women can fuck you up with their spears and shit. Okay, and you know what? That reminds me of something. So I just saw the most ridiculous shit ever. Amazons versus Dora Milaje. Okay. So the Dora Milaje from Black Panther versus the goddamn Amazons from Wonder Woman. That's not even a fight. The Dora Milaje are going to win. They would mop the floor and wipe their asses with the Amazons. I'm telling you that. First of all, the Amazons, they couldn't even take on German soldiers with less sophisticated weapons than the technologically advanced Wakandans. So yes, they would absolutely win that battle. You see this bitch, she's like, Glory with long hair, even though she's probably coked out of her mind. Or no, she's not coked out of her mind. Even, like, she's so fucking crazy that she can't even, not even a crazy person could, not even a drug addict could make this type of crazy up. But, so you see right here, we're gonna get back to that.
Today we got.
And yes, I guess I'm advertising these videos. So you see over here, these long-haired warrior women, and some of them are actually black. Yeah, some of the Amazons in the film were actually black. I like the touch of that. But you see, wouldn't that be somebody who has long hair with glory? Glory, that bitch is crazy. Versus these bald-headed, evil degenerates, black women who God does not love. But guess what? Those bald-headed black women who God does not love would mop the floor and wipe their asses with those glorious long-haired women. Okay? And it's the truth. We're going to get back to that.
About that. The Lord says, the women of Zion are haughty, walking around.
Of course she's a Zionist.
With outstretched necks. You know how they're always like this with the attitude, like haughtiness? Okay? The women of Zion are haughty, walking along with outstretched necks, flirting with their eyes, strutting along with swaying hips, you know, that's working with ornaments jingling on their ankles. Therefore, the Lord will bring sores on the heads of the women of Zion. The Lord will make their scalps bald. In that day, the Lord will snatch away their fire.
My goodness, the Lord will make their scalps bald spots on head. First of all, bald SpongeBob 1 hour. Yes, you know what? Why don't we just cancel listening to this video? It's not that noticeable. This whole video summed up. She's like, bald, bald, bald. That's how the Lord is going to do that. So, that, you see, this 1 hour bald clip is this entire video fucking summed up, and it's ridiculous. And you know what's funny? When she was talking about balding, you know what? This is going to really debunk her point. Hold on. Bald.
All right.
It's not that noticeable.
Snake eyes. I can't change no past. But I can offer you.
Hey everyone! Kids for me. I can't go to jail. Because I got a ticket because apparently you're supposed to refer to purchasing me to call, but I didn't know what.
I promise there's a point.
Extremely going downhill because I'm getting acne and I'm getting fat and I'm balding right here. If you can't see the whole triangle, that is like a piece. I'm balding.
I'm sorry. So listen, the point I'm trying to make. What did you just say? You're what? You said what, girl?
Also, my life is extremely going downhill because I'm getting acne and I'm getting fat and I'm balding right here. If you can't see the whole.
I'm what? I definitely heard her just say balding. Hold on. Let's put on the subtitles so that way y'all know she said that shit.
Refer to purchasing me to call, but I didn't know what. Also, my life is extremely going downhill because I'm getting acne and I'm getting fat and I'm balding right here. If you can't see the whole triangle.
Okay, so the point is that she said that she is balding. She's balding. So you see, she's gonna say some shit about glory and long hair. Well, guess what? This glorious and long-haired woman is balding. She's fucking balding.
I'm balding. I'm very ugly.
Okay, first of all, she's not really balding. It's fine. That happens. Okay.
Their finery, the bangles and of Zion, the Lord will make their scalps bald. In that day, the Lord will snatch away their finery, the bangles and headbands and crescent necklaces, the earrings and bracelets and veils, the headdresses and anklets and sashes, and perfume bottles and charms, the signet rings and nose rings.
I'm sorry, you know what? I need to step away for a moment. First of all, the thumbnail of this video is gonna be hilarious. You could probably guess what it's gonna be. Like, you could guess what it's gonna be, but no, wait, not guess what it's gonna be. They already see the thumbnail. But if you saw the thumbnail, then that's a hint to what's in this video.
The fine robes and the capes and cloaks, the purses and mirrors and the linen garments and tiaras and shawls. Instead of fragrance, there will be a stench. Instead of a sash, a rope. Instead of well-dressed hair, baldness. Instead of fine clothing,
baldness.
sackcloth. Instead of beauty, branding.
First of all, what did she just...
well-dressed hair, baldness. Instead of fine clothing, sackcloth. Instead of beauty...
You call that beauty? First of all, out of everything she said in this video, this is the most ridiculous. You call that beauty? You know what? I did not want to go this far. First of all, this is what she reminds me of. Okay, I'll confess. I watched this scene quite a lot.
You've been a missing where you shouldn't have been a and that's just what they'll do. One of these days these boots are gonna walk all
Hey, baby!
Girlfriend, Vietnam?
This minute.
Yeah.
Well, baby, me so horny. Me so horny.
Keep lying.
Me love you long time.
Me love you long time. Me so horny. Me so horny.
You party?
Yeah, we might party.
When you
How much?
$15?
Dollar. Let me stop. Because you know what? Is this getting into racism? Because I promised I would not try to get into racism. Because, no, I promise, okay? If this is, I'm sorry, really, fine, fucking cancel me. You know what? No, I'll get away with it. You know why? Because of black privilege. See, we can say, we say racist shit all the time and we get away with it. There, it's true. We know it and you guys know it. It's an unspoken privilege we have, which is why it blows me on the left. Listen, we call out the right and the left on the show, but on the left, when you guys pretend, see, only white people can be racist. The problem, and you know what? They're like, you know what? I'm getting off of track because you know my stance on that. Hopefully, if you could like connect the dots. I hope you're not stupid. But she says with beauty. My point is that she's literally reminds me of a Saigon whore. Like, she genuinely reminds me of a Saigon whore. Prostitute. And there's a lot of that in her country. In her native country. Yep.
Branding. Your men will fall by the sword. Your warriors in battle. This is why all the black men kill themselves a lot.
Bitch! First of all, you know the statistic. Most men, majority of men kill themselves more on average than women. Than women. Why do people pronounce women like that? Women. So, fuck. What was I about to say? Look, I'm just, like, having the time of my life. Because, like I said, I've dealt with these mentally ill people before. But I've just never seen an Asian... Like, I thought these people were supposed to be smarter than this. Like, God. And to be honest, to be frank, it's true. Like, and, you know, I said this earlier, that they don't like black people. Like, and you know what? I hate to say this, because I really gotta stop talking about her. But, so when Gothics had Lynn, a survivor of communism, I honestly wanted to make this joke. But I thought I was going to get banned again. I wanted to make the joke that Lynn probably only talked to Gothics because she looks like some of the safer blacks. Because, listen, they don't like us. They've never have. Like, have you seen many of the racist-ass ads? And you know what? That's not to say all. It's not to say all. Because, you know what? Let me show you something that's going to touch your heart. Asians react to George Floyd. Because you see, what am I doing? It's called nuance. It's called nuance.
I'll never forget it. I remember the day it happened.
And guess what? That's why I'm better than anybody on the right and the left. Because I actually give nuance to situations. I give you the full perspective. Like, I'm out here saying that Asians provoke these incidents. Well, guess what? And I'm out here saying that Asians are racist in their country. Well, not all. Not all. And I have to always say not all. And I wish I could specifically tell you who it is, and I will try to. But just know, in this area, wherever they are, wherever they ask this question, they are not racist against black people.
The moment was in high school.
I knew I wanted to hold his hand.
In the moment, I felt...
Like, and read this comment. As a black person, this actually meant a lot to me. And it does. It does.
Hey everybody, this is Charlie from Nation.
First of all, and the thing is, I know that we shouldn't, we shouldn't beg for acceptance, but let me tell you something. When you're loved across the world, that really does boost your confidence, and it does boost your self-worth. Like, that's what I'm saying. We come from greatness, and greatness is something that will always shine. We have made so many cultural advancements.
On May 25th, 2020, a black man named George Floyd died when a white police officer knelt on his knee for over 8 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
His death sparked anger all over the world, and especially in the U.S., where thousands are protesting for...
So yes, all over the world. So yes, it was a mostly peaceful protest. I know, like, there's a meme of that because this reporter, she was in front of a burning building and she said mostly peaceful protest, and it's like, oh, that's not a mostly peaceful. Jasmine, get down. That's not a mostly peaceful protest. Well, if you actually, on average, look at all of the protests, not just the ones in the U.S., and guess what? Even the ones in the U.S. were mostly peaceful. Facts. And if you add that to all the protests that were happening around the world, because yes, there were BLM protests around the world in Canada, Mexico, even in South Africa, Germany, and even this one German DJ, he said this goes out to George Floyd, like, which is why some of you black people, you Tariq Nasheed type black people who say, oh, like, this is a white supremacist, like, you have to understand there are millions of white people that fucking love you. Like, just, and give some of that love back. Like, they did invent many things like technology. But if you add all of these other countries, it's Spain. Like, you see they're having a protest in Spain too. Spain now, which is funny because I thought the Spanish hated the gays. Because some gay guy was beaten to death in Spain, and that's why there are these protests. Rip you, whoever your name is. I may make a video about that. I might, because it is interesting. But, yeah, so yes, they were mostly peaceful, and I know what the argument from right wingers is gonna be. It's gonna be, oh really? Well, what about the Capitol attack? Was it mostly peaceful? Because listen, and this is CNN's fault because they just won't stop covering the Capitol attack. Like, you know what? That's a future video for another day on my stance on the Capitol attack. But just know, just know that I think CNN is definitely milking it for everything it's worth. But they'll ask, oh yeah, well, do you think the Capitol insurrection was peaceful? And guess what the response is? Yes, it was. It was peaceful at first, but then it turned into riots. Like, and this is so true. It's so true. Maybe if you got down, that wouldn't happen. Sorry, it's my cat. But it is so true. I actually saw the insurrection that day on CNN. I was literally watching the TV. Thank God there was nothing to watch on that day. Because when there's nothing to watch, I look at the news. And frankly, I should stop watching CNN because of fake news. But, yeah, I saw that they were covering this protest that was happening around the Capitol building. And I was like, okay, yeah, I guess they can't, like, lie about that since it's happening live. And then they called them protests for quite some time. They specifically said protesters and demonstrators. They did not once call them rioters, okay? Not like a conservative would give the same leeway to a BLM protester. Just saying. All right. But then when they started rioting and shit, that's when they called them rioters. And that's the nuance you won't see on the right, that they won't mention how they called them peaceful in the beginning. So yes, that is the response. So you see, all around the world, there were indeed these peaceful protests. So it was mostly peaceful protests.
Justice and for the Black Lives Matter movement. The video of this incident went viral, including in South Korea, where people have expressed their anger and support for the Black Lives Matter movement. We wanted to know how South Koreans were thinking of this issue, and so we sent our reporter Yu Jung on the streets of Seoul to find out.
최근에 미국의 한 흑인 남성이 경찰의 과잉 진압으로 인해 사망했던 사건에 대해서 혹시 들어보셨나요?
네, 들어봤어요.
저 같은 경우는 약간 유명인들 그 인스타 스토리에 막 이렇게 올린 걸 봤거든요. 블랙 라이브스 매터이라고 그걸로
Black Lives Matter.
네, 들어봤습니다. 조지 플로이드라는 흑인 남성이 대낮에 백인 경찰에 의해서 과잉 진압된 걸로 알고 있습니다. 그런 과정 가운데 이제 사망한 것으로 알고 있습니다.
조지가 숨을 쉬지 못하겠다고 이렇게 끊임없이 얘기했음에도 불구하고 시민들이 말렸음에도 불구하고 경찰이 그 제압을 풀지 않아서 결국엔 사망에 이른 사건으로 알고 있어요.
CCTV 영상을 풀 버전으로 뜨어 있는 것도 봤는데 그렇게 저항하는 것도 없었고 제가 봤을 때는 그 정도면은 아무리 등치 큰 사람이고 키가 큰 사람이라도 해도
Even if Floyd was tall and built.
세명 붙는 거는 좀 아닌 것 같고.
And that's my thing. So a lot of people who are defending Chauvin, they were like, oh, well, that's the procedure because Floyd was so damn big. And I'm like, yeah, but that's not a fair fight. That's like 4 against 1. Like, even 4 girls could take on a big man. 4 girls could take on a big man and kill him. Like a pack of hyenas.
그리고 이제 영상을 찍는 사람들도 좀 조심해라라고 그렇게 경고를 하더라고요. 근데 계속 그렇게 하는 거 보면은 아무래도 백인이 흑인을 차별하는 것 같다라는 느낌은 되게 많이.
Do you hear that? I mean, I have no idea what she just said. But so I felt that the white people were discriminating against a black man. Now, this is a simplistic way to look at it, but you see, she understands there's an issue. Like, saying that I felt that white people, police were discriminating against a black man is the same way, the simplistic way to define CRT. Like, I think CRT is anti-white. Like, that's the same thing, but on a different side.
만약에 그 사람이 만약에 백인이었다면 그렇게 했을까라는 생각도 들고.
And I wonder if Floyd had been white. Well, there was Tony Tempa, but nobody covered that. And if you had covered it, if you covered even the white ones, then maybe we would have way already ended police brutality, which I will still admit disproportionately affects black people more. And I know people are going to say, but that's because they commit more crime. And I'm like, well, I mean, yeah, but what about those that don't commit crime? The law-abiding black people. Law-abiding, get it? Law-abiding, because Biden, crime bill.
한국에서 이 사건이 얼마나 크게 이슈가 되었나요?
So this is in Korea, to be specific.
한국 대부분 많은 사람들도 들은 걸로 알고 있고 뭐 미국에서만큼의 큰 파격이 있진 않은 것 같지만 그래도 많은 사람들이 동조하고 네, 이렇게 많이 안타까워하는 것 같아요.
이 사건을 처음 뉴스로 접하셨을 때 어떤 생각이 들었나요?
이런 일이 뭐 미국에선 자주 발생하는 일이니까 아직도 흑인에 대한 차별이 존재하고 있다라는 것을 좀 증명해.
So yes, discrimination against black people still exists there, as well as literally every other place in the world. I mean, some less than others. But yes, so this is interesting. Really it is.
심하게
지금 어떻게 이런 일이
이러한 자신도 피해자 되고 선진국
되고 나서부터는 좀 많이 반감?
Ever since Trump got elected as that office, not a fan. Yeah, especially since, you know, Kung Flu and shit like that. China virus.
결국 이제 미국도 어쩔 수 없이 백인 우월주의 사상이 아직 남아 있구나.
Still has white supremacy and racial discrimination. First of all, that is so, like, why? How does he know terms like that? So educated. I think racial
생각하거든요. 근데 저는 그냥
hold on, she says, listen, she says something, and nuance is important.
같은 경우에는 미국에서
그냥 그걸
She says,
한 인격체를 차별했다는 걸로 남아야 될 것 같아요. 흑인뿐만 아니라 동양인들도 뭐 이유 없이 이번에 코로나.
boom. She talks about how Asians also got assaulted because of the COVID-19 pandemic. They did. And you know what? That's another reason I feel like they're singling out black people when it comes to them committing crimes against Asians. Even though I hate Asian hate against anybody doing it. If a white person is attacking an Asian because they're an Asian, you're a piece of shit. If a black person is attacking an Asian because they're an Asian, you're a piece of shit. Okay? Vice versa. Okay, can we just chill? Let's not attack each other. Let's just smoke weed. But yeah. So, and I'm good because it's important for nuance.
사건 때도 맞고 막 그랬던 게 저는 그냥 그걸 단순히 흑인으로 딱 가르지 말고.
And she says, I don't think we should see this as a race issue. True. It is a issue of class, not race. And but I'm just saying, like, you know, there are those racial biases, people.
그냥 한 인격체로서 차별받았다고 생각이 들어요.
Yes, it is a human's right to be.
이런 경우가 한두 번이 아니에요. 이렇게 보통 이러한 경우가 있을 때는 보통 유색인종이 수상한 짓을 하였다. 예를 들어서 미국의 뭐 파머스나 이런 데 가면은 히스패닉이나 흑인이 들어오면 뭐 주의를 가지고 살펴라. 그 고객일 수도 있지만 아닐 수도 있기 때문에 뭐 이런 지침이 파머시에서 있을 정도로, 그러니까 그건 기업인데도 근데 공권력은 더 얼마나 하겠어요. 그렇기 때문에 원래 늘 있어왔던 일이기 때문에 미국에 대해서 무슨 시각이 달라진다든지 이런 거는 사실 딱히 없고요.
And you know what's funny? So in China, this was funny. This just made, first of all, it just made my mom clutch her pearls, and it just made me laugh. In China, at a McDonald's, they said, blacks not allowed at this McDonald's. Hold on. China McDonald's are so good. I've never been to one, but they look like fucking restaurants. So I hear. McDonald's sorry for they signed banning black people. First of all, was this in America or China? I don't know. Racism served with fries. Tomo News. I love Tomo News. Always got the best stories.
갈 때마다 노심초사를 해야 할 필요는 있겠구나라는 거는 일관되게 유지하고 있어요.
제가 생각했을 때는 좀 경찰들이
Okay, so listen, I agree that police brutality and systemic racism are a problem, but you see, I hate this like this loaded and simplistic term. Like, there's nuance to everything. Everything cannot just be, not everything can be easily defined. Like, she says, I feel like the white police abuse their power and authority. Like, the white police? Like, so that means black police can't, like, discriminate against black people either? Like, my thing is, this is police versus a lower class of people. And yes, there is studies to suggest that capitalism does drive police brutality. I'll link it. But yeah, like, it can't just be white police abuse their power and authority.
너무 이렇게 좀 뭐라고 해야 되지? 제가 본 사건들은 다 백인 경찰이 흑인을 막 이렇게 좀 지나치게 이렇게 하는 거를 주로 많이 봐가지고 좀 공권력을 너무 이렇게 좀 흑인에게 너무 이렇게 과하게 지나치게 좀 사용하는 것 같은 생각이 들었어요.
보통 한국 경찰에 대한 인식이, 이미지가 어떤지 설명해 주실 수 있나요?
한국 경찰은 좀 힘을 못 쓴다고 해야 되나? 그렇게 과잉 진압을 하면은 한국에서는 일단 하지도 못하.
So you see, the Korean police ain't allowed to use excessive force like that. So how is it that Korean police can do that, but American police don't know how to do it without excessive force?
분더러 하면 진짜 난리가 나니까 제재도 막 많이 받고 이러니까 그런 거.
그럼 만약에 한국에서 한국 경찰이 비슷한 행동을 했다면 어떤 일이 발생했을 거라고 생각하시나요?
더 난리 날걸요. 더 난리 날걸요. 미국에서 그 정도 사건으로 이렇게 됐다. 대한민국에서 그렇게 됐다? 더 난리 날 것 같아요. 국민들이 완전 반발해서 일어날 것 같아요.
Koreans would protest and almost revolt.
저는 일하다 말고
Would protest and almost revolt. I'm not sure who did this, but I think it was the Chinese government that called out America because of racism, and I was just like, it's so beautiful. Like, and you know what? They're full of shit. They don't care. They're just trying to strum up some talk. Like, they're just trying to make us look bad in front of the other countries. See, China urges the West to address problems of racism and xenophobia and violence. Listen, I'm sorry, but I don't trust them. They're not racist either. Okay? Oh, damn. What's that? U.S. Asian veteran shows scars to call out racism. Oh, no, that's not funny. Oh, poor guy. Asian Americans told to go back to China and racist rant 3 months ago. Oh, I thought this was recent. But yes, China, they urge the West to address problems of racism and xenophobia and violence. Like I said, they're full of shit. They don't care about that. If they were on top here, they probably do it at a much worse rate. At a much worse rate. They're just doing that to make them look bad in front of the other progressive countries. Like, look at America. Like, they don't deal with all their racism. Like, you guys have not given a fuck about that either. Like, obviously not all of you, like in Korea. So, like I said, Asians, like, their countries are incredibly racist. And after this, I'm going to show you this racist Asian ad.
그냥 바로 시청에 가서 시위할 것 같아요.
I think I'd just leave work to go protest at the city hall. Almost like a couple people that protested during a certain 6th of January. But I think this was a racist Japanese ad. I'm just gonna say racist, anti-black Asian commercial. Outrage over racist discharge. Oh yes, it was this. It was you know what? Y'all just need to see that commercial.
이거는 넘어서 내 자식 문제일 수도
That could
있을
have
것
happened to me.
우리 가족일 수도 있을 것 같고 이래서 저는 아마 가만히 안 있을 것 같아요.
그 전 세계 많은 사람들이 피해자 조지 플로이드를 위해서 시위를.
So yes, it has been confirmed what I already said and knew. Many people around the world are protesting for George Floyd. But, you know, they're like, whenever those people that say, they like, and it pisses me off when people say, like, sarcastically, mostly peaceful protests, because it's like, yes, you're stating something that's a fact. There's nothing sarcastic about that. They are mostly peaceful, factually. But then, then if they were to find that out, they'd be like, oh, no, I meant in America. And I'm like, yes, even here in America, they were mostly peaceful. Like, even down here, like, you know what, to be fair, it wasn't big. It wasn't big. But, yeah, there were peaceful protesters here. Like, they're not just these, like, Antifa members and these BLM members. No, like, no, not Antifa member. I mean, they weren't just, like, rioting around. Like, they were surrounded by at least 7 businesses, which they did not loot or riot. So if they can do it, trust me, many millions around the country can do it too.
벌이고 있는데요. 그럼 사건에 대해서 인지도를 높이는 방법으로서 이런 시위가 적합한 방법이라고 생각을 하시나요? 아니면 더 효율적인 다른 방법이 있다고 생각하시나요?
일단은 제가 생각할 때는 시위라는 거는 사실 사람들이 많이 모이면 그 절제가 떨어지는 경우가 많은 것 같아요. 그렇게
True. Yep. And I don't know, well, I've stressed this before, that whenever there are these sorts of things, people tend to lose their cool. What that happens is a lot of people can get hurt, even though it could have been avoided.
일어나는 경우들이 많다고 생각하기 때문에 그런 것보다는 조금만 더 침착함을 유지했으면 좋겠어요. 사실 이게 굉장히 잔인한 일이고.
And what he said was beautiful, and I think I'm just gonna end this on that note. I understand that they feel furious and even want revenge because of what the police did to Floyd was cruel.
그런
but
분노가 느껴지고 그런 것 때문에 복수하고 싶은 마음이나 그런 것들이 드는 것은 맞겠지만 그로 인해서 이제.
But it's dangerous if others get hurt, especially since it could have been avoided. So true. And yep, what is the lesson? What are we learning today? Turning the other cheek. Okay? We're talking about turning the other cheek, and that's what that is. Like, sometimes revenge was the word I was looking for. It's not the answer. Okay? Justice is not revenge.
CEO, I think bad news walks in your door, in your office every single day. But if you know about it early, you can always fix it and deal with it.
The advertising industry in the United States has been the target of plenty of criticism around a lack of diversity and racial sensitivity, both in employee.
Wait, where's the commercial? God damn it, where is it? Damn, I should have just gotten the whole thing.
This laundry detergent commercial shot in China is sparking more concern than most modern commercials.
Oh, it's China.
The advertisement, which shows a paint-spattered black man being transformed by the power of soap into a clean-cut Asian man, has ignited debate on social media sites and a vow from the country's largest cinema chain not to show it after it went viral on English news sites. The Wall Street Journal's Josh Chin reported that the ad for Kia Obi laundry gel balls has been circulating around.
Okay, you know what? I don't want to listen to this. Ooh,
Racism.
Racism, it exists, but it can definitely be inflated. So chill out, everyone. What was I gonna say? Oh, right. China detergent ad. He wants some of that rice. Yeah, because black people are just dirty. But yeah, so you saw what that ad was. Let's so yeah, we ended that on a good note. Just note they said some overly positive things about Mr. Floyd. And you know my stance on Floyd. He wasn't perfect. I mean, he did some things, and frankly, I hold him accountable for his past actions, but he paid his dues to society. Like, and you know what, they'll say that they'll call him Fentanyl Floyd, Saint Floyd of fentanyl. But my thing is, we never said the man was a hero, okay? Like, we never said the man was a hero. But, and I've actually, I'm like, why do you guys want to put up statues of him? Like, see, and you see, that's one of the issues with the black community. Like, okay, let's not go that far. Like, this should definitely be remembered. It could teach a lesson in history, but we don't need no goddamn statues. Come on now. Like, I already have a problem with white people putting up statues of people who literally would have owned people that look like me. People who basically committed Indian genocide. We already got a problem with that. And that's not to say I'm comparing George to those types of people, because compared to what George did, holding that gun on a pregnant woman, that was minimal compared to all the shit those men did or contributed and participated in. And that's not a controversial statement. So what we're going to do, actually, I think we're just going to watch the rest of this video. This crazy bitch.
On the heads of the women of Zion, the Lord will make their scalps bald. In that day, the Lord will snatch away their finery, the bangles and headbands and crescent necklaces, the earrings and bracelets and veils, the headdresses and anklets and sashes, and perfume bottles and charms, the signet rings and nose rings, the fine robes and the capes and cloaks, the purses and mirrors and the linen garments and tiaras and shawls. Instead of fragrance, there will be a stench. Instead of a sash, a rope.
First of all, let me tell you something. There's definitely something on that girl that has a stench. Like, make no light of it. And it ain't her mouth. Well, it has a mouth. It has lips.
Instead of well-dressed hair, baldness. Instead of fine clothing, sackcloth. Instead of beauty,
if you call it that.
branding. Your men will fall by the sword, your warriors in battle. This is why all the black men kill themselves a lot.
Shut the fuck up.
This is God's judgment. Your men will fall by the sword, your warriors in battle. The gates of Zion will lament and mourn. Destitute, she will sit on the ground. Ooh, this is Isaiah. I'll leave it in the description box. So you see, that's about all the black women.
I'll leave it. And first of all, she's like, this is Isaiah. You know what would be funny? If we found out that all of that was bullshit and that was never in the Bible, and that she was just reading some dumb shit that she made up. No. That definitely is in the Bible. Like I said, the Bible justified slavery. Even though, first of all, what is that strange text even talking about? Like, goodness gracious. Let's continue.
Follow their trends. Even all the Hollywood women, every single one.
You do realize you're a Hollywood woman, right? Like, she is from Hollywood. She worked in Hollywood, I think. That's some of the information that I skimmed on her. Jasmine, stop. Ugh.
Them have to wear hair weaves.
You know what, Jasmine? No, I'm not going to make that joke about how they, no.
Hair extensions. You know, because this is all the black women, so it's a shame that they go around still claiming to be, you know, God's bride and this and that, but yet they're bald. God beautifies his people.
First of all, she said it wrong. She said, and yet they're bald. It's bald. It's bald. You gotta say it right, girlie. You gotta say it right. Okay? Jasmine, if you don't stop, I'm gonna make you bald. But seriously, let me tell you something. All of these bald women, guess what? Even if you are a bald African woman, you are still beautiful. You are. Because guess what? Some of these bald women, they would absolutely fuck her up in combat. Like we got Dora Milaje's on this side, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Dora Milaje's versus goddamn samurais, Mulans, if you will. But what's a class of female Asian warriors? Yeah, Dora Milaje's versus Mulans.
He beautifies us with his salvation, his armor of righteousness, his glory, even the simple things as long hair. You know, he beautifies his bride. Surely he beautifies his own people. But to the wicked, your shame will follow you. So a lot of people don't want to talk about this because it is a shameful topic. It's embarrassing, and you know...
It's not shameful, it's just wild. Like, who even... Like, what? Like, God made people bald?
Imagine being on a date with someone and then you try to make out with her and then her hair, like her whole wig falls off on your back.
Let me tell you something. If I am making what is it called? Yeah, making out. If I'm sucking face and the wig falls on me, I will just laugh. I'ma laugh. And then I'm gonna be like, yeah, I'll just laugh, and I'll be like, it's okay, baby. And then we're gonna go back to making out, and I'm like, put the wig back on, and then we can go back. Like, why don't we try it with the wig on? My gosh.
It's not sexy. It's not good. It's not beautiful. You know, men want to run their hair in their woman's hair, their hands in their hair. You know, pull on it a little bit. But you know, when you pull on it,
I mean, you could do that if the wig is secured strong enough. And bitch, this is why black women have weaves. Okay, this is why they have weaves.
their hair is like the wig falls out, and then scabies and all kinds of scabs on their heads, scalps bald. So this is the word of the Lord. So this is why this is their shame that follows them, because that's why God said they can sit out there and post all these videos, say all these things in church congregations, act all wickedly out there. But to those of us with eyes to see, the Lord says you will know a man by his fruits. When you look at them, you'll see the shame.
Well, so yes, the Lord says you shall know a man by his fruits. Well, darling, if you would like to know me, you can proudly lick my fruits, okay? You like you can definitely lick these fruits. You know what fruits they are? Like, I'll give you a hint. No. You know what fruits they are.
Follow them everywhere they go. No matter what they claim, no matter what they do, God's word is like heaping burning coals of fire on their heads, all right? Therefore, the Lord will bring sores on the heads of the women of Zion. The Lord will make their scalps bald. There's no one more bald than the black women. You know, so y'all need to think about this and repent and wonder and ask yourself.
First of all, y'all need to think about this and repent. This bitch is blowing me. Like, repent and what? Like, what does she mean by repent? Like, not being bald?
Bald. There's no one more bald than the black women. You know, so y'all need to think about this and repent and wonder and ask yourself why. Because you might, you know, I'm sure you do feel the most oppressed out of all mankind, because it's true. But you have to think about why. Why? Are you trying to say God is not just in his dealings with you? Is God cruel? And is he not righteous in his dealings with you? Okay, guys, so that's all I wanted to say.
Thank God. The abyss has closed. Like, the abyss of nonsense has closed. Her mouth has sealed. Thank the gods. Like, y'all need to think about this and repent.
Are you trying to say God is not the women of Zion? The Lord will make their scalps bald. There's no one more bald than the black women. You know, so y'all need to think about this and repent and wonder.
She's talking to, and she's saying it like she's a mom. Like, y'all need to think about this and repent because, like, I'm gonna whip you for being bald. Yeah. Oh, my goodness. Fuck, I lost my train of thought. Hold on, what? Look, you know what? You know what? At the end of this video, you know what? I don't know, but I am just, this is this entire video summed up by SpongeBob.
All right.
And this is just me. This is just me. This is black people after this video. Like, they're just like, all right. Like, if it'll just get you to shut up. Like, if I put this cap on, will you shut the fuck up about how I'm bald? And you know what? Guess what? I'm actually bald in real life, and I'm proud of it. I'm proud of it. So, yes. Like, I have a feeling of glory, but apparently I need to repent. But that shit is wild. It's just wild. But so we're gonna end this video on a good note to get that the taste of that out of your mouth. No, not that bitch. Oh wait. I forgot. I said if we had time, we're gonna watch some more of this racist ass shit. Are you lukewarm Christian? God does not favor a black woman. More proof of the Bible. America's prosperity went in decline during segregation.
Hey guys, ooh, my hair is so silky today.
Why does she have an obsession with hair? Like, she's like, those who have glory and pride in their long hair. Like, she's like, white black girls wish they had hair as pretty as me. I am so pretty. Yeah. Hold on. Gosh, I can't wait till this debate. First of all, this video may come out before I react to this debate. It's fine. It's because I just don't have enough space on this tablet to keep this video for the debate. So, yeah. What was I gonna say? Mama say, yeah, we'll let's see the first few seconds of this.
So, you know, when it's so silky that it's just, it won't even move because it's just so slippery, you know what I'm saying? Well, maybe not all of you know what I'm saying. I'm sorry. The truth. Here's the truth.
I'm sorry, I just looked at the dislikes. It did not just occur to me to look at the dislike rate. She turned off the comments. First of all, if people like this, you know what? Yeah, see? Like, this is ridiculous. Why does it have 112 likes?
The truth is not a, this world has made the truth a lie. They have made the truth of God into a lie. And that's why you're all under judgment. Because
you're right. They've made the truth about critical race theory a lie. And that's the truth that it's not so fucking bad. You're right. They have made the truth into a lie. Like, all right, but let's continue this.
You have strayed far from the Lord's commands and statutes and what he has told you to do, and you brought in all your false prophets and all these false preachers and these false churches. Listen, I'm a true representation of a prophet of the Lord, someone who is anointed by God, someone who represents Jesus, someone who represents all the apostles and prophets in the book of Acts, all the prophets, like Prophet Jeremiah. Nobody liked him. Nobody ever liked God's true prophets. But if you go to these churches today, they're always preaching peace, prosperity, make America great again. God's not done with this. By the way, Kim Clement is also a false prophet. He's not even a prophet. He's just one sent from the dark kingdom. Because remember what I told you about that. They also have people who do like witchcraft and fortune telling. And that's all they do. They're just fortune tellers, because they have their own plans for America also. But God...
They have... Okay, you know what this reminds me... Hold on. I'll be back real quick. like, the thing that blows me is the fact that she. Oh damn! I just knocked over something. Is the fact that she's saying that y'all need to rant. You know what that reminds me of? In class. Listen, in class, I used to always just say, like, out of the random, like, y'all need church. And black people, so like I said, they're incredibly conservative and religious. They all jumped down my goddamn throat. Like, they were like, excuse me, shut your black ass up. I go to church every Sunday. Like, but like, they always would respond, I go to church every Sunday. And I'm like, bullshit. Bullshit. Y'all do not go to church no goddamn, not every fucking Sunday. What was I about to? Oh, right. So when she said fortune tellers, so we gonna take a look at this video. Oh, him. Hold on. No. We're not gonna take a look at this video if he's on there. Weirdo. God damn it.
The recent hate crime.
Well, but yeah, what was I gonna say? Oh, right. It was 8. When she said that, like, all these fortune tellers, and shit. No, wait. No, it's not him. Ah, shit. What was his name? Okay, yeah.
If there were no witches, what an aid this
Years ago is a dangerous move.
Okay, yeah.
One of his comments is not
contain certain witches, such as the sorcerers of Egypt, those of Babylon and Persia, those of the Philistines, and those of the nations driven out before the Israelites. So we read of Balaam, of Jezebel, of Manasseh, of Simon Magus, and of Elimas. All of this should be false if there are no witches.
One of his comments is not sitting well with some here in Massachusetts. The president wrote, quote, more due process was afforded those accused in the Salem witch trials. Well, the mayor of Salem, who is a Democrat, was quick to respond, saying comparing the impeachment proceedings to those false trials centuries ago is a dangerous move.
To see both the president and his supporters using
search and consult the methods of rooting out the Christian religion in New England. There is not a greater uproar amongst, I believe.
Okay. Oh wait, here it is.
Are like any other spells, so they're.
Hold on. We gonna go back to what she said about fortune tellers.
They also have people who do like witchcraft and fortune telling, and that's all they do. They're just fortune tellers, you know, because they have their own plans for America also. But God's plan for America.
So that reminded me of this.
Saying comparing the impeachment proceedings to those false I don't want to spell on me, so I hope that you'll
Witches cast monthly spell on Trump.
What does it mean exactly that you cast a binding spell on the president?
Binding spells are like any other spells, so they're a symbolic action used.
Okay, so what does she mean by binding spells are like any other spells? No, they're not. So listen, I was always used to be into that weird kind of shit. Like I said, I was a Quinn in school. Like I was the weird one. And a binding spell is like, it's when you bind somebody, you're basically binding them so they can't harm you. Like it's keeping them if they try to harm you, harm will come back on them.
To harness the powers of the imagination and achieve a tangible result.
The witch lies, as all witches do. And the printer commits a grave sin by publishing her blasphemous nausea. His wicked to wake up to this wickedness.
But yeah, that's what that reminded me of. Well, let's see. Let's just.
And it's kind of like parallel to all the Democrats today. You let them run the world, and look what happens. You know, these people they try to stop the segregation laws that God put into place.
What?
And look what happened. Ever since you stopped the segregation laws, America.
First of all, the one thing I agree with is yes, the Democrats did stop the segregation laws because guess what? The party switched. Facts don't care about your feelings. So yes, I do agree with that. That they stopped. They ended segregation.
Has been in a very
Damn. Oh, my bad. Hold on.
also, but God's 50 years, not even 20 years before it started a rapid decline of America and the prosperous place. And now it's like they're everywhere. And then on top of that, y'all still voting like Democrats. Look at all the Democratic nations like Chicago, California. All the
I'm sorry, but didn't this bitch work in Hollywood? My goodness. I can't.
those places run by these Democrats. And it's literally, there's maggots on the streets. There's homelessness everywhere. But if y'all would have just kept them segregated, God would have taken care of them. But you set these people free to do whatever they want.
You set these people free to do. I can't. This is hilarious. Like, you know what? This was gonna be a serious video where I was gonna respond to her, but I'm genuinely having the time of my life. Like, and then y'all, they set y'all free. I'm done. I'm done with this bitch. Like, and you know what? To my previous statement, like, it's funny that Gothics talk to Lynn. Hold on. Hold on, we gonna say
What's
this.
up, everyone?
With Lily Tang. Wow, only 7.9? I thought I had way more. My goodness. That's exactly Marxist theory. That's why when Black Lives Matter founders said they were trained Marxists, it really scares me. Yeah. So a trained Marxist basically took all money for herself. Sounds like more like a capitalist. But anyway, Lynn probably... Hold on.
When Black Lives Matter founder.
Okay, so yes, she's native to there. So my thing is, she probably is only talking to Gothics because, like I said, Gothics, she looked like one of the safe one because she had lighter skin. Oh my goodness. So, hold on. I think my comment, is my comment still here? I said, you know what? I should have said that comment, but I might have gotten banned. I said, you know what you should do next? A surviving capitalism video. Because, in fact, what that other Asian bitch was talking about, no, I'm not calling Lynn an Asian bitch. Okay, listen. We're going to talk about Lynn in a sec. But, what was I going to say? She said that, they set y'all, not they set y'all free. She said that y'all got homelessness everywhere. And I'm like, so wouldn't you say those homeless people are victims of capitalism? Like, so yeah, have all those homeless people on your show. Like, it's a very skewed way of thinking. Like, she'll have, and you know what's funny about Gothics? She'll have you believe, I'm just this non-biased, politically homeless libertarian, but it's incredibly skewed. You're just, incredibly anti-left. You're just anti-left. She tiptoes around conservatives all the time. She's like, I hope, when she was in that interview with Brad Palumbo, she was like, and I hope nobody's going to get mad at me for saying this to, conservatives. And you know what? Fine. Please do that. I'm sure there are people that are biased against liberals, too. So, what was I going to say? I was talking about... I'm just laughing at... Hold on, let me take a look at this interview.
It really scares me. Really, it's like, what do they want?
What do you mean, what do they want? They want to destroy America, destroy our culture, art. Look at cancel culture everywhere. Listen, cancel culture is from people who are sensitive, okay? That's it. It's just a bunch of sensitive people who want to cancel someone. Either they don't actually believe it and they're just canceling someone for performative activism, or they're just genuinely unhinged. You are dealing with a very small part of the population. Cancel culture is everywhere. God, Gothics is just eating this shit up. So what I will say about Lynn is I'm not gonna like be over here and say fuck your experience. Like, so what? If you communism ruined your life, my thing is yes, communism may have ruined her life. She lived in Maoist China, but my thing is communism isn't what did that. It was Mao. Mao was a dictator. He dictated how your life should go. Like, and you know what? This relates to gun rights. Like, guns don't kill people. People kill people.
Destroy our culture, art. Look at the cancel culture everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Even you're a Democrat, you could be canceled.
Even when you're a Democrat, especially now.
If you're a liberal, you can be canceled.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
So is that really destroying any culture? So the conception is that this is coming from the left. Like the left is doing this, but the fact that the left is canceling liberals, that doesn't look like it's like they're specifically going after culture. What do they want? They told you what they wanted in their manifesto to destroy the nuclear family. And I guess they hate straight black men.
What is their agenda?
Yes, it's to draw our basic civil, social, legal system to accomplish Marxist socialism and communism. Yes, the woman that bought like $1 million home, the founder. First of all, my thing is the founders. They're not actual leaders. Like, they may lead the chapter, the organization, but they don't lead all these different protests. Like, people confuse founder with leader. They're not the same thing. They founded the organization. She's the creator of the organization and, I guess, slogan of Black Lives Matter. And the thing is, most people don't even know there is Is Gothics about to speak? Oh, no, she's not. But the thing is, most people didn't even know that Black Lives Matter had an organization. I literally found out about them a year ago, that there was an organization. And it's the truth. Like, but what was I saying? So guns don't kill people. People kill people. And that's... Hold on. Because we're done with this. But, you know, she was pretty when she was young. Yeah, she really is pretty. Like, she looks like a lovely little girl. But, like, guns don't kill people. People kill people. That's the same thing with communism. Like, I know people are going to say, oh, communism has caused all these deaths. Like 2.5 million. Like, they can put any number. And get this. Did you know that this organization, I forgot what they were called, the Organization Against Communism, they added deaths from communism. They added COVID deaths to the deaths caused by communism. They added it. Like, even those that died in the Berlin War, they added the death count to the deaths caused by communism. Yes, they were fighting against the Soviets, but they didn't die from communism. They died from warfare. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, see, they got me saying, like, I'm just struggling for words. So you know how this makes me feel. But it's the same thing. Communism on its own, I don't think it can harm people. Like, there's certainly elements of it that's not perfect. And I'm not a commie. Like, I frankly find communism to be incredibly problematic. Like, we can't just all own the same things. But capitalism is evil too. Because, like, I'm just tired of living in this fight to survive. Like, survival of the fittest, every man for himself mentality type of world. Like, see, there's problems with both communism and capitalism. But guess what? I'm not a socialist either, because like I said, in a perfect world, I would be a socialist. But somebody please explain to me the problems with Venezuela. I am a mixed market economist, okay? A mixed market economist. I believe in a mixed market economy. But yeah, communism was the stick that she was beaten with, and Mao was the one beating her. Mao, cultural fusion. Cultural something. So, yeah, guns don't kill people, people kill people. That's the same thing with communism. Communism doesn't kill people. The people, the authoritarians who can use it to kill people, used it to cause those supposed deaths. It can happen in a capitalist country too, like in Brazil. Like, authoritarian can use any system to oppress its citizens. That's why they are authoritarian. The system doesn't matter because they're in control of everything. Like, it doesn't matter because they're in control. They can tweak the rules whenever they want because they are authoritarians. But yeah, that's my view on that. But listen, but you know my joke that the only reason she even talked to Gothics was because she was a lighter skinned black. And Gothic, she's half Puerto Rican, grew up in Long Island. But yeah. She's definitely light skinned, and I'm just saying that's that colorism right there, which does exist in China. And when I say colorism, I mean against each other. There's a cultural attitude to maintain a lighter skin tone, a pale white skin tone. And I'm just saying, like, don't you think that? And you saw that commercial, like they're not friends of black people. They put him in a wash, and then he came out as Asian. So that's to say that they see darkness, the dark color of his skin, as something that's to be cleaned. Okay? So I'm just saying that maybe she talked to Gothics because she heard, oh, Gothics, she's against everything that the left is now, so I'm going to talk to her. Plus, she looks like she looks really clean. Like, she looks like, I genuinely want to ask Lynn a question. Like, you guys have never seen me before, but I am dark. Like, incredibly dark. I am a dark African. So, I want to ask Lynn this. Who would she feel safer in a room with? Gothics or me? And Lynn, she's going to answer Gothics, okay? She's going to answer Gothics. Oh, okay. You know what? There is the fact that Gothics is a woman and I'm a man. Fine. My sister is also incredibly dark. Who would she feel safer in a room with? My sister or Gothics? She's still going to pick Gothics. Every single time. Like, no matter how much I change it, she's going to pick Gothics. So, let's end this video. We're going to end this video on a good note when Ben Baller calls out Stop Asian Hate hypocrisy. Been treating blacks bad. And before we get to this, let me talk about something. Affirmative action. So, affirmative action, it doesn't work. It's bullshit, okay? Like, The Hill, in The Hill, they hooked me onto this. The Hill Rising, affirmative action, Crystal. Time to admit affirmative action failed. It did fail. And guess what? I did the research and I found out that affirmative action only helps white females the most. So, it's not even there to help its major base. Okay, I just wanted to put that out there. Because, I don't know. Wait, the debate. Shit, the debate. Okay, no. It's not. It didn't start yet. So, yeah, because we got to get through this.
Spies everywhere, hiding in plain sight.
Look, it's a bald. The bald. They are bald. Bald. You are a bald, and y'all need to repent.
The recent hate crimes taking place around the country, the hashtag Stop Asian Hate has been circulating in an effort to prevent violent crimes committed against Asians and African Americans. Entrepreneur Ben Baller is a Korean American and owns his own clothing and clientele like Kanye West, Drake,
His
Nas,
deranged self.
Dogg. Baller has ties to the black community hip hop scene. Baller spoke out and gave his reasoning why he hasn't posted anything about Asian hate. Because a lot of these Asians really are disconnected and got no clue how long our elders have been treating black folks bad in their own hoods. It starts at home. That trickles down into generations. But man, racism starts at home.
True. And that's what I wanted to end this video on, this good note. The fact that there is an Asian actually calling out the racism that his people do against black people, which you won't ever see, okay? You'll rarely see.
There's been a lot of controversy regarding support for Asian communities during this time. Some are hesitant to show solidarity because Asians haven't shown black people support. And some have traditionally treated black people negatively in our own neighborhoods. Today we have our comedy hype analysts, Rita Brent Capone Pierre, calling to the show, and I have to ask, do you...
Oh, you know what? Hold on. Where is he? Is he even here? Oh, I thought they were going to interview him. All right, but, you know what? Here's what I'm going to do.
You know,
Let's rewatch that whole video one more time without me fucking talking over and pausing it. And then I'll give my final thought, and then that'll be the end of this video, because I gotta get ready for this debate. Where is it? Bald. Racist.
hey guys, I'm back. So, the Lord put this other thing in my heart. You know, a lot of things I say obviously is very politically incorrect, but it does not matter because it comes straight from God's throne, from the courts of heaven, from God's very own words in his book, you know, to cast down all these lies and people who exalt themselves against the word of God. So, there's this topic that nobody really likes to talk about, but it's very well known. You know, the fact that most black women are bald and they don't understand why. They blame it on like, oh, we use too much chemicals for our hair, it's the glue and too much.
Wait. So, did you just say that they blame it on, oh, we use too much chemical? See? Accountability.
Rating, but that's not it because, you know, when I was in Hollywood, I did all kinds of stuff to my hair all the time. I bleached it, you know, and it's just not like that. It's only black women who...
Can we go... Let's skip ahead, because y'all already know all this dumbass shit. Let's skip ahead to when she reads the Bible. It says, bold.
This with the attitude, like haughtiness, okay? The women of Zion are haughty, walking along with outstretched necks, flirting with their eyes, strutting along with swaying hips, you know, all that twerking, with ornaments jingling on their ankles. Therefore, the Lord will bring sores on the heads of the women of Zion. The Lord will make their scalps bald. In that day, the Lord will snatch away their finery, the bangles and headbands and crescent necklaces, the earrings and bracelets and veils, the headdresses and anklets and sashes, and perfume bottles and charms, the signet rings and nose rings, the fine robes and the capes and cloaks, the purses and mirrors and the linen garments and tiaras and shawls. Instead of fragrance, there will be a stench. Instead of a sash, a rope. Instead of well-dressed hair, baldness. Instead of fine clothing, sackcloth. Instead of beauty,
you're not beautiful. You're ugly as shit.
The sword, you're warriors in battle. This is why all the black men kill themselves a lot. This because it's God's judgment.
I'm a black man who literally wants to kill himself just looking at you.
Your men will fall by the sword, your warriors in battle. The gates of Zion will lament and mourn, destitute. She will sit on the ground. Ooh. This is Isaiah. I'll leave it in the description box. So you see, that's about all the black women and those who follow their trends. Even all the Hollywood women, every single one of them have to wear hair weaves, hair extensions. You know, because this is all the black women, so it's a shame that they go around still claiming to be, you know, God's bride and this and that, but yet they're bald. God beautifies his people. He beautifies us with his salvation, his armor of righteousness, his glory, even the simple things as long hair. You know, he beautifies his bride. Surely he beautifies his own people. But to the wicked, your shame will follow you. So a lot of people don't want to talk about this because it is a shameful topic. It's embarrassing. And, you know, imagine being on a date with someone and then you trying to make out with her and then her hair, like her whole wig falls off on your bed like a dead rat. It's not sexy. It's not good. It's not beautiful. You know, men want to run their hair in their woman's hair, their hands in their hair. You know, beautiful. You know, pull on it a little bit. But, you know, when you pull on it, their hair is like the wig falls out. And then scabies and all kinds of scabs on their heads. Scalps bald. So this is the word of the Lord. So this is why, this is their shame that follows them, because that's why God said they can sit out there and post all these videos, say all these things in the church congregations, act all wickedly out there. But to those of us with eyes to see, The Lord says, you will know a man by his fruits. When you look at them, you'll see the shame. Follow them everywhere they go. No matter what they claim, no matter what they do, God's word is like heaping burning coals of fire on their heads, all right?
Well, your voice is like heaping coals of fire in my fucking ears.
So, therefore, the Lord will bring sores on the heads of the women of Zion. The Lord will make their scalps
bald.
There's no one more bald than the black women. You know, so y'all need to think about this and repent and wonder and ask yourself why. Because, you know, I'm sure you do feel...
I can't. All right, that's pretty much it for this video. It's been fun. You know, like, subscribe, do all that bullshit. Bye. Oh, wait, one more thing. The Lord did not make me bald. I decided to be bald.